His mix of tough love and expertise have turned so many restaurants around for the better. But now, unfortunately, those businesses are fighting to survive pandemic restrictions. Chef Robert Irvine hitting the road to help them in his new show, Restaurant Impossible, back in business. I'm so excited to have you here this morning. I watched you so much with my ex-husband. We'll ignore that last part, but I'm a huge fan.
Jenny, thank you so much, and I'm sorry about that, but we'll get better, right?
That's right. So you have to take a break from production. I want to know, how has this time kind of been for you?
I've got to tell you, it's been an interesting couple of months. Obviously, since March, the pandemic hit. We were in full production of revisits and Restaurant Impossible. Now we're doing something different, which is unique because I was at home just like everybody else. I got fed up of sitting at home and getting emails and calls for help and Zooms for help and whatever. I called Food Network. Courtney White, bless her, said, listen, let's do it. We got on a couple of buses. Instead of 35 people doing the show and 100 volunteers, we now have 12 people on 2 buses traveling the country, reopening our Restaurant Impossible family restaurants from COVID-19. And I have to say, emotional, raw, real, in the moment. And if you think we went from full business to sudden stop with food and letting people go, and now we're bringing them out of the COVID-19 pandemic. And I have to say, it's emotional not only for them, but also for the 12 crew that I have, that obviously now we have all new protocols for filming. There's not only just protocols for restaurant opening and distancing, it's filming, we have our own health guy on set now to make sure that we're doing the distancing, make sure the cameras are right and all those kind of things. So the whole world has changed, not only the restaurant world.
My heart breaks for these restaurants and all small business owners. As you know, you were getting all these emails. What were people writing to you about? What are you helping them with?
Despair and hope. And one of the things that we're doing now is not only going back to the restaurants, but looking at what is a new set of financials. You know, each state and each county have said, well, there's 25, 50, 75, 100% occupancy or no occupancy inside the restaurant. So we have to look at the menus, the service, the sequence of service, the supply chain. How do we make, you know, that 100% revenue that we used to have with 100 seats or 200, whatever the number is, and now we're down to 25 seats. So how do we bring that excess revenue in? Is it contracts with the local government? Is it nursing homes? Is it to-go orders? Is it, you know, roast chicken and mashed potatoes times 10, you know, with a cheesecake given away? So all the protocols have changed, all the menus have changed, and the businesses have changed. And that's what we're looking at. How do we take specifically the restaurant business, but it could be a doctor's office, a hospital, a garage, a boutique store. The business acumen is the same process. So we're going to make sure it's safe for the consumers to come back to our locations. And that's what we're teaching. Safe protocols, menu changes, new financials, et cetera, et cetera.
You can see, you know, we've been playing clips from the episode that's going to premiere tonight. You can just see the despair and the heart-wrenching emotions on these people. And for you coming in and helping them is so amazing. Real quick before we go, I want to ask, how was it for you and your crew filming? I know obviously you mentioned already that you guys had to go through all this protocol, but
I think for me the hardest part is, yes, I'm tough. I'm a big burly bear. You know, I lift weights and I'm kind of intense. But when you see people hurting and you just want to reach out and hug them and say, hey, everything's going to be okay, I think that's the hardest part for me and for the crew, because we're all so like into what we do. We can't do that anymore. We can't hug anymore. It's kind of, you know, 7-foot distance while we talk. Yeah. And when you see somebody break down and cry because they're losing everything, whether I'm there or not, you know, it's heartbreaking. Yes, I can stop them losing, but I just want to hug them, and I can't do that. And that's the hardest part.
It's just that human touch that we all want, to feel like someone's there. Robert Irvine, Restaurant Impossible, back in business, premiering tonight on Food Network, and you're going to continue to hit the road and save these businesses. So thank you for what you're doing. Be safe and continue to stay healthy out there, too.
Thanks, Jenny. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you. Have a good one.